everyone. I'm Jackie Czarnecki Thompson, and I am here today with one of our amazing Beyond Barriers members for this week's Member Spotlight. Joining me today is Julie Locke. Julie, thank you so much for making the time to be here today. I can't wait to hear about your experience. Let's jump right in. I'd love to know a little bit about where you were when you first came across Beyond Barriers. What were you looking for? What brought you to us?
My history with Beyond Barriers goes back quite some time because I got exposed to your founders, Nikki Barua and Monica Marquez, probably 6 to 7 years ago
Mhm.
through my Entrepreneur of the Year circles here at Ernst Young, which is where I'm a
Fantastic.
business development executive. Nikki came through one of our programs for her previous company. Monica was actually part of our company. They got together, obviously are part of Beyond Barriers and the founding of this company now. And so I've just stayed in touch with them through their career trajectory. And back in October, Nikki happened to be in Los Angeles, which is where I'm based, and reached out to me to have lunch. And we just got together and talked and explored what the other is up to. And she told me a bit about Beyond Barriers and how the community has advanced,
Mhm.
the cohort opportunities, things like that. And so I looked into it and decided I wanted to give it a try.
We talk about the power of community all the time, and those relationships that you have that you maintain and nurture have huge impact. So,
Definitely.
having gone through the program now, have you found that your momentum has increased, that the accelerator made a difference in your day to day?
It helped me to focus on what's important to me
Mhm.
and also what I'm good at. I've been working now for 25 years almost, and you go through peaks and valleys in your career. And now that I'm what I'd like to say on the cusp of my final chapter, as I think about the next 10 to 15 to 20 years, I'm much more impact driven and wanting to leave some kind of legacy in my career. And so going through the Beyond Barriers program, by developing clarity and courage and commitment and conviction and community, those 5 C's really helped me to think through, what am I good at? What do I want to keep doing? What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? What's important to me in terms of how I work with people and what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis?
As grown adults, grown professionals, these are things that we don't take time to ask ourselves very often. And when you do, the answers can be so different than what you probably would have answered at the start of your career. So I'm glad that
Definitely.
that's sort of the impact that you're seeing as well.
The key is though is really devoting the time. I can see how people, if they're not in the mindset that they can carve out this time and give this time to themselves, won't have the same kind of impact from the program as I did. Because you
Yeah.
really you want to give it the attention it deserves, and it does require you to do some reflection, to do some thinking about what's important and put that into practice through the program.
Yeah, Monica says it all the time, gift yourself the time. And that sounds like a catchphrase, but really it's true. It's
It
really
is.
easy to choose not to do that because life happens.
Yes. And the power of the program too is the community you build through your cohort
Mhm.
and the types of people you meet. In awe of my cohort because one, we weren't all from the same type of background in terms of career path, but more so I loved the diversity of our cohort. I got to meet women from the East Asian cultures and Black cultures and immigrants or from
Mhm.
immigrant families, Latina culture, all those types of things. So it just really helped me also understand that so much about who we are is shaped by our upbringing, by our families, by the expectations that are put upon us,
Mhm.
by our partnerships, things like that. And that also weighed into how I went through the course.
Yeah. I am so glad that you picked that up because really we are whole humans and you bring your whole human self to everything that you do, even if you try not to. It
Yes.
makes a difference. I have one last question for today's spotlight, which is what are you excited about now professionally? You've finished the accelerator. What's coming up next for you? What are you proud of? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about continuing to build community. and
Mhm.
that I recently had an opportunity to bring together close to 150 professionals, mostly women, but there were a good number of men in the crowd to talk about advancing women in leadership. I feel like I was in a strong position to really make that an impactful and meaningful event for all the attendees because of the work I did through Beyond Barriers and the clarity that I had around what's important, what my mission is, what our mission should be as women in the workplace that are more senior and advanced.
Yeah.
I'm excited about bringing some of this thought leadership and opportunity to younger generations. Us women who are fortunate to be more senior in our career have given ourselves the time to reflect and to figure out what's important to us and develop the confidence and the clarity around where we want to focus. We are sort of an exception in a way. If we can get at people that are younger, who are maybe mid level, 5 to 8 years into their career, and start getting them to be thinking about this now,
Mhm.
we could probably make more generational change over time than
Absolutely.
waiting till people are 20 plus years in.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's that question that we ask at the kickoffs. Like, can you imagine how far you would be if you were able to get to here twice as fast, working half as hard?
I do think there's a lot of work to be done. I do think we are in the midst of evolution in terms of women being more supportive and cheering on each other more so than maybe being competitive like we were 20, 30 years ago. And so I just want to see that continue to change and evolve. And I also want to see more women leaders so that we can be in the decision making chair to
Mhm.
impact who's coming up behind us.
I love that. I'm so glad. And I'm right there with you.
Yes.
We will be cheering you on for sure. I can't wait to watch all of the things that you were able to impact and change along the way. It has been so nice to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody follow along with Julie and all that she has coming up.
Great to talk to you.
Absolutely.